So I'd like to welcome everyone that's already turned up. We've got other people joining still. As I said, I hope you've been enjoying the sessions that we've been running these last couple of weeks. There's a couple more to come. Tomorrow, I'm going to be talking about anchoring, how we can anchor positive feelings within ourselves. I'm going to teach you how to do that. And today, we're going to be talking about self-hypnosis, how we can tap into all of our own unconscious abilities, our strengths, our skills, even our own healing abilities, which we do have. And sometimes, through environment, through emotion, it's not working as well as it can work. And we spoke a few days ago about boosting our immune system naturally through allowing ourselves to relax and get ourselves into a good state of mind. And I want you just once again to let you know that we're running this in conjunction with the College of Medicine and Integrated Health. And if you're not already a member, once again, I'd advise you to join up, because they're leading the way in bringing science and alternative therapies together. And some wonderful people at that college doing great work. You've seen Amanda a few times over this last couple of weeks. She's phenomenal in what she does for the college and encouraging people to join and get involved. And they run seminars throughout the year. Hopefully, when we get out of this lockdown, if you are a member, then you'll get notification of those seminars where you can go and you can join these wonderful people, learn new skills, enhance your own life through working with them. So, as I said, the address is up there. Just click on. You can go to Google. You can Google College of Medicine, and you'll find your way there. And as I said, I would advise you to have a look at that and maybe become a member. It's worth doing. Okay, right. Well, I'm hoping that everyone's here, and if they're not, they can continue to join. So what we're going to do today, we're going to talk about self-hypnosis, how I use it in my therapy room, how I help my clients, enable my clients to use self-hypnosis. It's a wonderful natural tool that we all have. I often think of hypnosis as nature's gift, if you like, a way for us to be able to tap into all our own unconscious abilities, skills, our own strengths to overcome problems in our life. And I'm going to teach you how to do that today. And we're going to be talking about how I do that in a form of a post-hypnotic suggestion. Tomorrow, as I said, we're going to be talking about anchoring, how we can anchor a positive feeling into a hand or a finger, so we can trigger that positive feeling whenever we want to use it. And that could be courage, joy, happiness, confidence. We're going to show you how to do that tomorrow. But today, when I hypnotize you all today, I'm going to give you a word as an anchor to go back into hypnosis, so that you can, wherever it's safe and appropriate, I'm going to use those words over and over again today, wherever it's safe and appropriate to do so, you're going to take yourself back into hypnosis, where you've got access to all your unconscious strengths, memories, and skills, okay? So let me first talk about how the rules when we're using self-hypnosis, and I'll repeat them again before we finish today. But there are two rules when we use self-hypnosis. One is that we must state the outcome in the positive. So I want to be well as opposed to I don't want to be ill. I want to be happy as opposed to I don't want to be unhappy. I want to be fearless as opposed to I don't want to be afraid. So the number one rule is that we state what we want in the positive. And we spoke a couple of days ago, those who've been joining me over the last few days, we spoke about the negative command, how the negative word doesn't register with our unconscious mind. And I'll go over it quickly again for those who might have missed it. But in the universe, things exist. Only in language do things not exist. It only makes sense in language for me to say there's not a chicken on the chair next to you. Unless, of course, there is a chicken on the chair next to you, which would be a very strange and prophetic thing for me to say. But for me to say there's not something sitting on that chair only makes sense in language. Now, the unconscious part of your being, the unconscious mind, if you like, is ancient. It's geared to do two things. This, as I said a few times now, is a Freddy theory for what it's worth. It's geared It wants you to be well and it wants you to be happy. So it's there for your survival and for your pleasure, if you like. And it will do pretty much everything to make that happen for you. It's always working toward thriving. From where you are now, it's always working. It always wants you to thrive. It wants you to be as well as you can be. And it will do everything to make that happen. But it's ancient. It's the same unconscious, instinctive, intuitive part of our being that's been the same maybe for millions of years. The higher part of our brain, the neocortex, the frontal lobe, that's only developed in human beings over the last 150 to 200,000 years. So in a whole 85 million years of our evolution, we've only had that part of our brain for a very small period of time. But that's the part of our brain that has the Broca's area. The ability to speak, to communicate in language is in that part of our brain. So because negatives only exist in language, and because your unconscious mind was around before language existed, it cannot process a negative. So if I say to you, don't think about the person you love, don't think about that smile, what happens? You immediately see that face, you immediately feel or see that smile, because you cannot not think about something. If I say don't think about something, and as I say, that can work in your favor if you're in sales and you want to get someone to think about something. You can say don't think about the miles to the gallon you get from this car, don't think how good you'll look in this suit. We can use it in sales, but where it works against us is when we say I don't want to be unhappy, or I don't want to smoke anymore, or I don't want to put any more weight, or I don't want to be afraid. Because the moment we say, I don't want to do something, your unconscious mind will instinctively picture yourself doing that. And because your unconscious mind will get you everything you're focused on, if all you're focused on is what you don't want, unfortunately, that tends to be what we get. So we must start to use our language in that positive way. I want to be well. I want to be successful. I want to be happy. Instead of, I don't want to feel this and I don't want to do that. As I said, I'll go over it again, because when most of the clients who come to see me, they will tell me half a dozen things they don't want. You know, I don't want to be overweight. I don't want to smoke anymore. I don't want to be doing this drug. I don't want to be drinking so much alcohol. They will tell me half a dozen things they don't want to do. And I listen, because I don't want to be rude. And then I ask them this question. I say to them, now tell me what you do want. Because the moment we start to focus on what we want, then we have an idea of how to get it. And I'll show you what I mean before. The typical things people might say, and I wrote this down the other day when we were speaking about negative commands. I don't want to be afraid. I don't want to be unhappy. I don't want to be sad. I don't want to smoke. Now, when we state that, I don't want to be afraid, the negative, excuse my writing here, but the negative does not register. And the message our brain gets is, I want to be afraid. When you say, I don't want to be unhappy, that doesn't register. And what you get, the message your brain's getting is the positive. So listen out for that as you're going through your week, because we all do it. You know, I don't want this to happen. I don't want that to happen. I don't want to be ill. The moment you catch yourself saying, I don't want to do something, immediately change it to what you do want, because then you have to picture yourself doing it. And your unconscious mind is like an exocet missile. It will do and get for you what you're focused on. So anyway, when we do this work today, and I help you to go into hypnosis, and then I give you an anchor word for taking yourself back into hypnosis. As I said, the main rule is that when we do this for ourselves, when you're at home and you're taking the time out to take yourself into hypnosis, to achieve something in your life, it must be stated in the positive. And the second rule is that you give yourself a time. Now that can be 2 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes. If you're going to use self-hypnosis to improve your sleep, then when you go to bed at night, you say, I want to go into a deep, refreshing sleep to awaken tomorrow at, and then you state the time you want to awaken at. Now, for me, this is one of the most wonderful things about our mind. How many times have you done that? Where you say, I must wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning. And then for whatever reason, your eyes open, you look at the clock and it's bang on 7 o'clock. It doesn't matter what time you go to bed. While you're sleeping, your unconscious mind is counting down that time. It's amazing. Try it for yourself. Just say, I want to wake up at 3 minutes to 7 tomorrow morning. See what happens. you'll be absolutely amazed how your body and your mind can keep that time almost down to the second. Some years ago, I had a guy came to see me. He came to see me to quit smoking, but he was going to run a half marathon. And he said he wanted to run this half marathon I said, well, you know, what's a good time for you? He said, well, I think he said something like 2 minutes, under 2.5 hours would be good. So I said, well, give me an actual time. And this guy said, oh, okay, well, 2 hours, 40 minutes and 3 seconds. He gave me right down to the second. And this is an absolute true story. This guy was running this half marathon and his watch stopped sort of halfway round. So he didn't know what the time was. And he crossed the line, and one of his friends could have one of those clocks above it which said what time it was when you crossed the line. He crossed the line on the exact second that he'd said he wanted to do it. He had no idea consciously of what the time was, but his unconscious mind was keeping that time. And he crossed that line on exactly the second. I mean, he was amazed. His friends were amazed. In fact, to be honest with you, I was pretty amazed as well, because I'd never seen it before. But when we state what we want in our unconscious mind and we give it a task, it's continually working for you. I mean, how many times have you bumped into someone that you went to school with and you think, I should know this person's name. I went to school with them for 5 years. And they're saying hello to you and they're calling you by your name. And you're doing everything to try and avoid saying that you don't know their name. And then you say goodbye. And then 2 days later, you know, you're mowing the lawn or you're washing up. And all of a sudden there goes, that was Tom. You know, because you've given your unconscious mind that task, it's going through that kind of Filofax in your mind of names and faces. And it's running continuously. And then all of a sudden it'll go, this is who that was. For no reason, out of the blue, you'll realize who that was. That's how our unconscious mind works. As I was saying the other day, the moment that we're born and we draw breath, probably before, our unconscious mind is on. Till the moment you draw your last breath, your unconscious mind never switches off. When you sleep at night, your conscious mind goes to sleep, but your unconscious mind is still on. And it's your unconscious mind will hear that creak on the stairs that shouldn't be there in the middle of the night and wake you up. It's your unconscious mind that will smell smoke in the night and wake you up while you are fast asleep. So your unconscious mind is always on and it's always working toward thriving. Given the opportunity and given direct commands, if you like, and suggestions for thriving, it will continue to do that for you. So when we do this work, and as I said, I'm going to hypnotize you in a moment, take you into a state where you can tap into your own abilities. And at some point, I'm going to give you the suggestion that from today, whenever you want to go back into hypnosis, wherever it's safe and appropriate to do so, so you won't be doing it while you're driving or working heavy machinery, but wherever it's safe and appropriate to do so, you'll be able to take yourself to a quiet place, go into hypnosis, state what you want in the positive, and then ask your unconscious mind to make that happen. And just see what happens, okay? So, if you're ready to do this today, what I'd like you to do, and I've said this a few times now, get comfortable, get yourself into a safe place. Whatever chair you're sitting in will support you, no matter how relaxed you get. Listen to my voice, and once again, I'll say it. I don't mean this rudely. You can listen to me if you want. I don't mean this rudely, but I'm not interested in your conscious mind. Your unconscious mind will hear everything I've got to say. It will take from it what's needed for you to have the ability to use self-hypnosis to achieve what you want to achieve in your life, okay? So what I want you to do now, if you're ready to go into hypnosis, if you're sitting comfortably in a safe place, what I'd like you to do is this. Just take that deep breath in once again. And as you breathe out, just allow your eyes to close, but only as quickly as you are ready to enable yourself to use your unconscious mind. That's right. And with your eyes closed now, I want you just for a moment to focus on those tiny muscles around your eyes. And once again, allow those muscles to relax completely. Imagine that you're having your temples massaged and those eyes are relaxing so completely they just won't work. Imagine that's happening automatically as you listen to my voice. And imagine There's nothing you can do about that now. Your eyes are so relaxed, they just won't work. And just for a while, nobody wants anything. No one expects anything. There is nothing for you to do but to relax. And let that calm feeling of relaxation go down through your body now. Your jaw relaxing. Let any tension in your jaw, just let your jaw relax. Your tongue relaxing in your mouth. And let that feeling go down into your throat. Let your throat relax. Nothing bothers or affects you. Nothing disturbs you. And let your neck relax completely. Let that spread into your shoulders. Imagine having your shoulders massaged, every ounce of stress disappearing from those muscles. Allow that feeling to spread into your arms, your biceps, triceps, your forearms, your wrists, your hands, your fingers. Let your arms relax completely now. And as you do that, you may become aware of certain sensations. You may even become aware of your pulse or your heart beating. As you relax even more, the muscles in your back, stomach and chest. And just for a moment, focus on your breathing. Imagine that you're breathing in calm and you're breathing out tension. You're breathing in calm and breathing out doubt. And let that calm feeling spread down into your stomach muscles now. That's right, and as you continue to breathe like that, breathing in deeply, breathing out deeply. Once again, you can remember those words that we used earlier in the week. And you, as I say them, you can apply them to yourself. As you breathe out, I recognize the good within you. Thank you. I care about you. And I want you to be well. As I repeat those words, as you go deeper and deeper into that state of relaxation now, I recognize the good within you. Thank you. I care about you. And I want you to be well. And let that wonderful feeling now go down into your legs, your calves, ankles, feet and toes. Let every muscle relax now. Like a handful of rubber bands just thrown on that chair, loose and relaxed. Because with your eyes closed, you can continue to relax completely. Although at times you may be more aware of some things than you were before. The sounds in the room, the sound of my voice, certain sensations, the comfort of the chair, the beating of your heart, and the thoughts and images that drift into your mind automatically. Once again, see the faces of the people you love, people that love you. See those faces, see those smiles, feel that love right now. And let that remind you of your real worth, your real value, and just how loved you are. And as you feel that love, as you see those faces, every negative, limiting belief that you or anyone else ever placed on you starts to disappear from your body and your mind. Because with the eyes closed, it becomes easier to become more and more aware of a variety of things that otherwise may go overlooked or ignored. Thoughts, feelings, sensations, the love you may have overlooked before, as the unconscious mind gradually allows that letting go. Letting go even of the effort it takes to be aware of exactly where the arms are positioned, or the hands, or the fingers. Even the effort it takes to be aware of which leg seems to relax more completely than the other may seem to be too much effort to bother making. But it takes time to experience that letting go. Your own time in your own way, as you begin to learn, even more than before, about your abilities, your capacities to learn as you relax. And the mind begins to drift down toward a place of quietness, a place of peaceful inner awareness, a place that almost seems to give off signals that directs awareness down toward it, into it, more and more comfortably, more and more effortlessly, more and more completely. Where even the effort it takes to be aware of the sound of my voice or the meaning of my words may almost seem to be too much effort to bother making. It's so much easier simply to relax and enjoy that letting go, allowing events to occur in your own time, in your own way, a drifting down, deeper, deeper, deeper down now. Imagine you're just dropping down through space and time. Nothing bothers or affects you, nothing disturbs you. And as you drift even deeper, my voice, my words will drift with you to become a part of your experience now. Every word I say is going to take you even deeper into that wonderful state of bliss. Everything I say now becomes your reality. Every suggestion I give you, you'll act upon, carry out without hesitation, is now your reality. Because you have a conscious mind and an unconscious mind. And that unconscious mind, the back of the mind, can continue to hear, to understand and respond to those things I might say without the need for you to do anything at all. It's so much easier for the conscious mind simply to relax and enjoy that letting go. That's right. Letting go even of the effort it takes to make the effort that it might take. To tell the exact position of arms, legs, or the entire body now that seems to drift through time and space. That wonderful free floating place of effortless relaxation and letting go. Allowing events to occur in their own time, in their own ways. You drift as a mind, and that mind drifts without boundaries, without borders, without limits. See yourself out there. It's the summer 2020. You're fit and well. You've got your life back. You're there with your friends, your family, your loved ones, and you're fit and well. Notice the way you move and the way you breathe, the energy, the feeling of freedom. Go and step into that body and feel what it feels like to have your life back, to be able to see the people you love, meet the friends you want, see it clearly in your mind. Step into that body and feel that feeling of freedom. And look back to now and notice all the things you did along the way that kept you safe, that kept you well. And the unconscious mind can allow those changes to occur, while the conscious mind drifts off someplace else entirely now. That's right, in your own time, in your own way, aware of events that occur along the way, as the unconscious mind utilizes that opportunity to alter your awareness and to continue that learning in whatever way is the right way for you. Learning that feeling of letting go, allowing the unconscious to assume more and more responsibility for guiding and directing awareness, while you continue to learn even more than before about your abilities, your capacities to learn as you relax. As you relax and enter into the trance more and more comfortably, more and more effortlessly, more and more completely and deeply than before. And I can wonder whether you're aware that you've drifted deeply into hypnosis. Because the deeper you go, the better you will feel. And the better you feel, the deeper you'll go. Just for a while. Nobody wants anything. No one expects anything. There is nothing for you to do but to focus on yourself and your well-being just for a few minutes. Allow yourself to do that in the right way for you. That's right, so you can be well for the people that you support. That understanding, like they do when they speak on the planes, when they're telling you about if the oxygen goes in the cabin, to fit your mask first before you fit your child's mask or anyone else that you love. And it's the same today. You must look after yourself so you can be well, so you can support the people you love. And know it's okay in this circumstance to focus on being well. And as you think about that now, as you go deeper, deeper down into hypnosis, my voice and my words will drift with you. And as you drift even deeper, you can use your unconscious mind as a resource that you can learn from and really have an experience, one that's satisfactory to you. All that's needed to build that rapport is to have that line of communication. And so as you drift even deeper, from today, whenever you want to enter into hypnosis, to achieve something in your life, whether it's a physical goal, a career goal, a personal goal, a healing goal, an emotional or spiritual goal, from today, wherever it's safe and appropriate to do so, you sit quietly and repeat the word relax 4 times in your mind. And on the 4th time of hearing the word relax, you will instantly go back into this deep state of hypnosis you're in now, where you have access to all your inner strengths and abilities. From today, wherever it's safe and appropriate to do so, you'll sit quietly. Whenever you want to use all of your inner powers and strengths, repeat the word relax 4 times in your mind. And on the 4th time of hearing it, you're going to go back into this incredible deep state of hypnosis. And as I repeat that word now, you'll find yourself just drifting down deeper and deeper into the most profound state of hypnosis. Get ready. Relax. Imagine you're drifting down through space and time. Relax. Going deeper, deeper, deeper down now. And imagine it's happening automatically. Relax. Even deeper. And imagine now there's nothing you can do about that, just for a while. Relax. And from today, whenever you want to use all of your inner abilities, strengths, find a place where you can be safe. Repeat the word relax 4 times. And on the 4th time of hearing it, you will instantly go back into this wonderful, deep, profound state of hypnosis. You will state the outcome in the positive, and you will give yourself a time. And you will find yourself just working toward that goal without even thinking or trying. And so as you drift deeper and deeper now, even deeper than before, as my voice drifts with you now, to become a part of your experience, as you drift into that wonderful space, once again, I want you to just see the faces of the people you love, people that love you, friends, family, your children, your grandchildren, your partner. See those faces, feel that love now. And once again, feel that love like a burning hot sun in the summer sky. Now shrink that down to a white hot ball of light as big as a golf ball. And pull that light into the very core of your being and feel it emanating out through every cell, every fiber, into the very marrow of your bones. Feel it lighting you up, lifting you up, pushing out every ounce of stress, every ounce of doubt, every irrational fear and thought. Feel that light and that love exploding through your body now into every cell, every fiber, pushing out all of that stress, anxiety and doubt, and leaving you with a feeling of love and joy and freedom. And feel that now. And from today, wherever it's safe and appropriate to do so, whenever you want to use your unconscious mind to achieve something in your life, you'll find a place. Repeat the word relax 4 times in your mind. And on the 4th time of hearing it, you will instantly go back into this wonderful deep state of hypnosis. You will state what you want in the positive and give yourself a time, and you will find yourself working towards it. And so as you go even deeper now, it may be interesting for you to think about what you've experienced this morning, the thoughts, the understandings, how you may use these things from one day to the next. Because you have a conscious mind and an unconscious mind. And those two minds can learn from your experiences here today. Some things that you can utilize to deal more effectively with those things that had been a problem for you before. And it's your privilege. Use this experience. Think about the things you can do, the skills, the strengths, the abilities, the love you may have overlooked before, that will allow you a clear view of the possibilities of a new way of living, a new way of being. Take that time now, a brief time, that seems to be a long time, to review, plan at some level of awareness the things you're going to do later on, the things you're going to change later on, as you continue to use more and more of you. And it might be interesting for you to know that in that relaxed, drifting state of mind, where those thoughts drift by like dreams, and some enter the mind, and some drift through the mind, and some are left behind to be used later on, and others are remembered or seem to be remembered at first, but then become more and more distant, forgotten over time. And this entire experience may seem so far away, like a dream you had, as the unconscious mind protects the conscious mind, leaves those things behind, forgotten, but remembered too. And time changes too. So you'll know what seemed to be a short time may turn out to be a long time, or what seemed a long time was really no time at all. And so as you drift even deeper now, go with your unconscious. Think of something you'd love to achieve today, something you'd love to achieve this week, next week, and let go of any limitations and see yourself achieving it. Notice the way you move and the way you breathe. Step into that body and feel what it feels like to have achieved it. And look back to now and notice the things you did along the way that led to that wonderful feeling. And your unconscious mind will allow that to occur. So go with your unconscious often as you need to. Only when the unconscious mind knows and has made those changes at a molecular, cellular, neuron level, that will allow you that freedom you want, the health you want, and allows the conscious mind to accept the changes made. Because in a moment, I'm going to count to 10. And every suggestion I've given you, you will act upon and carry out without hesitation, is now your reality. On 8, your eyes will open. You're going to feel incredible, like you've had a ton weight lifted. Every ounce of stress and anxiety gone from your mind. Every irrational thought and fear swept from your mind and your body. And maybe even every useless, unnecessary pain and discomfort. And on 10, that feeling of freedom, that feeling of liberation is going to grow stronger throughout the day. As you set about your life, free of every negative, limiting belief. Get ready. 1, feeling absolutely wonderful now. 2, to achieve the things you want to achieve and do it brilliantly. 3, a feeling of freedom from every limiting belief that was ever placed on you. 4, feel the force of that energy and love through every cell, every fiber, every molecule of your being. 5, feeling incredibly alive now. 6, 7, 8, eyes opening, feeling absolutely incredible. 9, 10. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed that experience. And as I said, when we worked together over these last couple of weeks, that feeling of relaxation, that feeling of freedom and liberation, slowly but surely gets anchored to the sound of my voice. And so each day that we work together, it becomes easier to go back into hypnosis. But now, from today, and I want you to do this now, over these just the next minute, I want you all to take yourself back into hypnosis. And I will bring you out of it, okay? But when you do this for yourself in the future, you remember the 2 rules. You give yourself a time and you state what you want in the positive. So before we do this, and it's only going to take another minute, I'm going to ask you to think about something that you would love to achieve. It can be a physical goal, it can be a career goal, a personal goal, an emotional goal, spiritual goal. But think of something you'd love to achieve. It doesn't have to be today. It can be over the next few days, maybe even over the next year. But think of something now. And when you're ready to go back into hypnosis by yourself, I want you to do this. Once again, get absolutely comfortable and safe in your chair. And you can do this eyes open or eyes closed. I want you to place your hands on your legs if you can. Now, some of you are going to have a massive experience here in a moment. Now, I want you to just close your eyes and just repeat the word relax 4 times in your mind. On the 4th time of hearing it, you're going to go back into that deep state of hypnosis. And for some of you, you're going to know you're in it because your hands are going to start to lift off your legs. I want you to try and hold them down and find you cannot. But don't go into that deep state of hypnosis till you repeat that word for the 4th time, relax. Go for it now. That's right. And think about that thing you want to achieve today and see yourself achieving it. And you can allow yourself to drift into that space now. And understand, as you become aware of those sensations in your body, maybe, I don't know, it'll be a left hand, right hand, both hands that start to lift up first as you go even deeper. But you'll know, obviously, before I do. And as that movement begins, understand you've taken yourself into a deep state of hypnosis in moments. There are a handful of people on this planet can do what you've just learned to do. And the power you're going to get from it is going to be immense. So remember the rules. You state what you want in the positive and give yourself a time. That's right. And so as you drift there, just visualize yourself achieving your goals. See it clearly. See yourself fit and well. Ask your unconscious mind and make those changes that will allow you to stay well. Allow you to get through this experience in the best possible way. Now, when you do this for yourself at home, you give yourself a time. But if you want to come out of it rapidly, for whatever reason, someone knocks on the door, the phone rings, for whatever reason, if you want to come out of it rapidly, you just count from 1 to 5. So when you're ready to come back up, feeling absolutely incredible, ready to face everything that's going on around you and do it in feeling a strength, I want you in your own mind just to count to from 1 to 5. On 5, your eyes will open, you'll feel incredible, and you'll be ready to get on with your day, okay? So do it now while I wait quietly for your return. Okay. Understand, you just learned to do something that only a handful of people on this planet can do. And the power you're going to get from it's going to be immense. So I hope you enjoyed the experience today. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about anchoring, how we can anchor a positive feeling into our being. And some of you give me some ideas for what we can do in the future. On Sunday is the last of these 14 days of hypnosis, but I've spoken to Amanda. And if some of you are interested in me coming back and doing some more stuff, maybe once a week, we can continue to do these sessions together throughout this crisis until we reach the other end and we can get our lives back and be what we want to be. So I really hope you've enjoyed today. Use it. You know, don't just think, oh, well, it's just something we've learned today. I want you to use your own ability to go into hypnosis. Let go of any limitations. You are it's amazing what you can do. We're only using maybe 2 or 3% of our actual abilities. When we tap into our unconscious mind, we get access to all of our abilities. So let go of any limitations and just think about what you want to achieve. Ask your unconscious mind to make it happen and see what happens. Okay, look, have a beautiful day wherever you are. Let's listen to what the medics are saying, what the government's saying. Keep our distance, keep this social distancing going, and we'll get through this together, okay? Be happy. Think about the things, the benefits that we're getting from being in isolation. We can find them. You know, having more time with the people we love, maybe be able to learn something we haven't had time to learn before, maybe starting that book, as we were talking about yesterday, and writing that book you've always wanted to do. So look, have a wonderful day, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for joining me. I'll have a look at the chat. If there's any message to message you back, I will do. A few of you sent me emails, and I will reply to them. But have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. Okay, take care.